Hello guys, what's up? I'm the Dublin Doom here doing a new video for you guys, and I know this video is not going to be the greatest video and not everyone is going to agree with me in this video. However, I felt like I should say something about Bionicle 2015 because maybe some people are curious on my personal opinion of Bionicle 2015. I also do realize that this is not the best looking video of to date. Just yay, I guess. So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Bionicle 2015. Just so you guys do know, I do have the questions and answering up. So if you guys want to comment or anything like that, I do have the questions and answering. So if you guys want to go ahead and go to that to comment on anything, you guys can go ahead and do that. You don't even have to ask me a question. You guys can just comment or whatever. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about my personal opinion of Bionicle 2015. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. I have most of the sets. I have all the Toas. I have most of the Skull characters. And I pretty much have all the Skull Spiders. I have the Fire, Mask of Fire, the trans orange one. And I pretty much have all the protectors except for, I guess, technically Ikimu. I know that he's a mask maker and not necessarily a protector, but if you guys want to include him in the protector lineup, I'm not going to judge. Anyways, so with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the Toas to start because I'm pretty sure that's what everyone is going to be curious upon. Let me just close out of something quickly because I want to. There we go. Oh, and okay, there we go. Anyways, so with the Toas, one thing that I like about the Toas is they're each unique. Something that we haven't really gotten before except for the 2008 lineup of Toas. In fact, up until 2007, we haven't really gotten that much in uniqueness for the Toas. Of course, we got different character traits and abilities and, of course, powers. So there is that. But we haven't really gotten an actual physical set that was so much different than the other one. Like the Toa Metru. Pretty much you got one, you got them all. And I know it's not the same thing as the Rakshis. And I do love the Toa Metru. I hope to finish off Nuju. All I need is his mask and a foot. And I pretty much have all the other Toa Metrus except for, I guess, technically Licon, but that's not technically a Toa Metru. But if you guys want to include him from that, go ahead. I will not judge. Anyways, so yeah, I do like the Toa Metru. However, again, you got one, you pretty much got the rest of them because they pretty much had all the same build. They were all the same design. What was the difference with them other than masks and weapons? Well, the chest piece was plugged on with different pegs, and the waist was either slid down or slid up to make it higher, and I guess the placement of the neck, and that's pretty much it. So you got most of the parts that were pretty much the same into each set. Yeah, that's it's very unique. But again, they do have character traits and whatnot that make them distinct. It's just that mostly they are the same. With the 2015 Bionicle sets, yes, you can argue that a lot of the stuff is the same, but they do tend to change it up. And that's mostly thankful because CCBS has been around since, 2011? So CCBS has been in development since then, and they've developed new shells and stuff like that. And yeah, I also really do like the parts, the new parts from Bionicle 2015. There are some parts that I'm not exactly too fond of, but there are some parts that, like those parts that I'm trying to mention, are definitely parts that others could use, like the armor pieces that all the Toas and most of the protectors have. You know, everyone compares it to the Toa Metru body. Yeah, that I'm not exactly fond of, but at least it gives it more texture, and you can definitely pull off some pretty good stuff with that piece, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, but I love their weapons. Each weapon is pretty cool, at least for the new ones. I mean, Anua's shovels. Ow, I bit my tongue. Anua's shovels, Tahu's blades. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like Kopaka's shield so much, is because we got those pieces in white, so that's awesome. And pretty much every other weapon. And I also love that pretty much most of the weapon has this kind of line design. Like, if you recall, the original Bionicle parts were jagged, but they were mostly curved. Sorry about that. They were mostly curved, and then they had a lot of dots and whatnot. With the new Bionicle 2015 lineup, they tried for a more jagged approach, and that's pretty nice to give it a different look than its original predecessor. So that's very nice. I do like that little change up. Not exactly like 100% like, oh yeah, this is totally great, because it does definitely changes itself from the original Bionicle lore. And I will not lie, some of the weapons that are coming out from Bionicle Gen 2 don't necessarily feel as thought-provoking as the older ones, or just whatever. They kind of feel just drawn up, and then, hey, here you go, there's a weapon. I don't care. But that doesn't mean I don't like them. I still do, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I love the masks. Each mask is pretty cool. I do know that a lot of masks aren't exactly the same, but like exactly the same from their original predecessor that they're trying to represent. But at the same time, I don't hate them. A lot of people complain about Anua's mask. I actually really do like that mask. And I still don't understand why people hate Anua so much. I really do like that set. What else is there to talk about? Oh, yeah. We might as well go on to the protectors. I'll go over the gears and parts later on for the Toas, but let's go on to the protectors just because I want to talk about them. I think the protectors are great. They're definitely unique and whatnot. Are they my favorite, like, people, like, generic people toys like Matoron or Agori or whatever you want to call them? Not necessarily. I think the 2004 Matorons were great. I have a love for the 2006 Matorons. They're not great by any means, but that's what made them so charming. With the new protectors, once again, they're not that great, but they're not the worst. Good God, they are not the worst. I actually kind of think it's kind of cool that each protector has the same mask. And it definitely makes it more distinct than the Toas. I kind of found it odd when Jala had, like, the Hau that Tahu had, just aesthetic-wise, and that just kind of threw me off. Not entirely. I do understand what they were going for, but it just kind of threw me off. With these masks, it's better to distinct them as a person or someone who's controlled by a skull spider or a Toa or something like that. And that's what I liked about it. So you guys might disagree with me on that. I do also, in a way, want different masks for each protector, but I'm not going to go like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever over it. And that's my personal opinion. The Skull villains. Okay, Lord of Skull Spider was a nice look into how CCBS and Technic can work together, but I don't think it was built that great. And I think Lego could have done better with that set. I really do think Lego could have done, like, Lego could have added more ball joints or something like that. Sorry about that. To them. But that's my personal opinion. I still think he's great, but not the best set ever. The Skull Warriors and Slicers and whatever else, they're okay. They're not the best, but they're okay. They have their flaws. They have their good, like Skull Scorpio or whatever it's called. I actually dig the set because I thought I would hate the tail, but it turns out that the tail has an awesome gimmick, and I do like it. So I thought it was cool. I do understand that it doesn't have any leg articulation, but I thought the legs were creepy on Skull Scorpio, so I didn't really argue with it. Let's see, what else? The Mask Maker looks great. I don't have the set, but based on what I know, it does look good. It's actually surprising that he looks good with the generic Protector mask and the Mask of Creation. Which is funny because I kind of expected myself to buy that set specifically to put the Mask of Creation on that set. But no, actually, his Protector-themed mask actually looks good on him too, so I don't know what to use. But anyways, going back to the Toas and I guess the Skull characters, whatever you want to call them, yeah, I know there's a huge controversy over the joints, over the gear system. Personally, I think it was a nice nod. And what I'm about to say is from my point of view. If you want to argue with it and you have a different experience from it, then that's your opinion. However, from my opinion, I have a different perspective on it. And I think that's what I think people really need to understand, that with the gear system and the tightness of some of the joints, it's based on perspective, what person is using what. Like for example, Anua's gear system has a ball joint in it, and that's pretty tight. And I don't imagine that many kids enjoying that, but I can do it just fine. Of course, I am so well aware that these are directed to children and not exactly directed to me. I am fully aware of that. Don't imagine that I'm not. But there's something that I did want to say, is that LEGO tried to solve the problem of the 2001 sets. And while not everyone saw it as a problem with the gear system and the floppiness, some people did. And they tried to meet in the middle. And some people don't like it, but I gotta give them props for trying at least to meet them in the middle. So there is that. Not everyone's going to be happy for that. And I do understand where people are coming from with the gear system, although it's just pins, and I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty much moved a pin. Like Anu is just a ball joint that's making it tight. Oh no, it's difficult, but I can move every other joint in the toy. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I kind of laugh at that a little bit. But again, it's not like I don't see where people are coming from on that. I do believe also that it has something to do with the molding of a pin, because if anyone has had a Bionicle figure in the past with the blue pins, and the blue pins are meant to hold something on, and it's supposed to allow friction. And there's those blue pins, and pretty much everyone's got one, to where it's just as frictionless as the tan pins or the light gray pins. So there is that. From my personal experience, Golly can hold her weapon. Tahu is a little bit floppy, and some people have it the other way around. So it might be the molding, it might be the experience. It depends on how strong you are. It depends how old you are. From my personal experience, I can turn the ball joints, I can turn the gimmick around. But again, that is from my experience, and I don't feel like it's really worth arguing about. Yes, I do feel that LEGO should have done something better with them. And I think that the idea of a locking system would have been so much better. But I'm just not going to argue with it. If some people want to argue with it, that's fine. And I'm not saying that, there's not an issue there. But I'm fine with it, honestly. But that's from my experience. And that's kind of not fair to the kids. So if you guys don't like that, that's fine. If you guys don't like it, whatever. But I'm just saying from my personal experience. So I know so many people are going to argue with me on that. Okay, whatever. You know, everyone has a different point of view on that. But again, I'm not saying that there is not a problem or is a problem. What I'm saying is people are going to have a different experience on these sets. But yes, I do think that these should have a locking system. And I do think that kids aren't really going to have a lot of fun with the gear system. So yeah, there is that. Although they can turn the arms and legs and have that as the gimmick, I guess. Or not as the gimmick, but they can move that instead of the gear system. But it's still not fair. And I shouldn't sit here and say, well, you're stupid because you disagree with me on that. You know, so many people are going to argue with me on that. In fact, in my head, I'm pretty much arguing with myself. So I'm going to move on to something else. The parts. Now, I know I've pretty much said my thing about the new part they added, the new texture piece. But it's only one piece, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Once again, mocks can use it. Like, some people out there can use this part and make it amazing and just fit into a set very well. In these sets, it doesn't fit exactly well, but I don't think it's too far off the edge. But I do think that they need more texture, which is good for the Bionicle 2016 lineup, that we're getting more parts to add for texture. But I just don't think that this was enough. Like, if you look at Tahu's legs, they're bare. They are really, really bare. And I don't like Tahu's legs, at least his lower legs. But then again, Kopaka's legs, his lower legs, I thought I would have the biggest issue of. And no, I actually really do like that. I think they pulled it off quite well, and I'm speechless about that. And I think they used some of the parts in some of these sets well. Like, Liwa's very sleek. Golly's got actually a feminine look to her. Pohatu's kind of short, but, you know, he works. Anua's big and strong, and Kopaka looks like a warrior, and Tahu looks like a leader. So they did a pretty good job at representing what those characters were supposed to be. I do still think that they could have done more with the sets, but I'm not going to be too picky on them because they have done a good job with trying to show off how something looks. So props to that. It's not perfect, but props to that. The story of Bionicle 2015, yes, is simpler. Quite honestly, when Bionicle 2015, when I heard that Bionicle 2015 was coming out, it didn't surprise me. It like, literally, I kind of knew that Bionicle 2015 wasn't going to be as complex as our original years. Do I hate that? No, because I see why, like, I almost called them Hasbro. I see why Lego is doing that, but at the same time, I feel like it should be more complex. I do think in some ways it's a little more complex than some of the other stuff out there. And it's going to get more involved down the years. But from 2015 to 2016, I'll go into 2016 just to mention this. But 2016 almost looks like we're getting the same story. Is with, the Toas have to go off and find their golden masks. Wow, that's new. So... but yeah, they do change it up with the creatures, but again, it's, hey, we have to find our golden masks and fight the bad guy. Yay! So, but yeah, there is something to do with the Mask of Time throughout this, and I'm very curious how to see how that works in. And I hope they do a good job with that. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of these sets have problems. Like Liwa has the most amount of problems, and I hate saying that, but Liwa has the most amount of problems. The best gimmick that he has is his flight mode. All his other gimmicks like get in the way of itself. Like you turn the gear system, and his arms will flop around, or or you try to flick off the mask, and it won't give you enough room to really pop that out without moving the head forward, and I don't like that. But with the Kopaka lower legs thing, there are some changes that I'm actually surprised I do like Tahu's swords on the back of him flipped up. I expected myself to just leave them down because that would be so much better. Why does Tahu have these gold things poking out of his back? I didn't like it. I didn't like that to start. And then when I got the set, I was like, okay, I'm having these flipped up 24/7 because I love it. I love the look of that. So I kept that. I really just kept that. I thought it was a cool little design feature, and I'm actually quite surprised by that. So yeah. What else? I guess that's pretty much everything that I really wanted to talk about with Bionicle 2015. Do I think it's a bad year? God, no. I personally don't think it's a bad year. You know, a lot of people are going to complain that it uses too much CCBS. I bought a couple of Hero Factory sets. I don't think CCBS is a problem for me. So yeah, there's that. And if you argue that Bionicle is not Bionicle, it's just Hero Factory with the Bionicle name slapped to it. Oh, really? So Bionicle never existed then, because the original Bionicle sets were just Throwbots with different parts, some different parts being thrown in. But they still had the arms and legs and Technic axles and whatnot from the Throwbots and Slicers and whatever. Robo Riders, I guess. And I guess in that regard, Lego Star Wars never existed because all they use is bricks. Hell, I guess there is no themes for Lego. Because every Lego theme is just Lego with the theme name on the box. So, yeah. Enjoy your Lego bricks. Because that's all it is. That's like saying, every Hot Wheels car is just the same, just molded differently with a different name on it. So, but anyways, yeah, I just wanted to comment on that because I see that so much, and I'm like, yeah, Bionicle didn't do the same thing with Throwbots. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this is the point to where it's going to cause a lot of controversy. But I see so many arguments over Bionicle 2015. Like so many goddamn arguments over the same lineup. Whether it's bad, whether it's good, whether you should like it, whether you should hate it. And I'm going to point this out. If someone hates it or likes it, it's not really your business to really like judge, to like say, well, this person is bad because he doesn't like this. I'm just like, wow, okay. So every person is bad for liking the Gen 2 Bionicles. Sorry, let me retrace that. So everyone is dumb for not like. Oh, sorry about that. So everyone is dumb for not agreeing with you on Bionicle Generation 1. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Everyone's dumb for not agreeing with you that Bionicle Generation 1 is better. Newsflash. Not everyone likes Bionicle, so are they dumb too? Are they stupid? Anyways, again, this is the part where everyone's gonna, like, pretty much bitch at me. But I see so many people getting arguments over Bionicle 2015. I see so many people, like, bash another person. I've seen so many goddamn people tailing over someone saying, "Oh, Bionicle Gen 2 wasn't that great," or "Bionicle Gen 2 wasn't that bad," or something like that. And it's like, can we not just agree to disagree? Like, oh my god, not everyone's going to be into Bionicle in general. Not everyone's going to be into Bionicle G2. Not everyone's going to be into Bionicle Generation 1. And yes, Bionicle Generation 1 was great. It had more detail and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. And I'm not going to say which one's better because I like them both. But still, like, I'm seeing so many arguments about Bionicle Gen 2 to where, like, someone's got an opinion and someone has to wring their throat about it. Like, I got a comment about Bionicle Generation 2, and they told me that I am blind. I am so goddamn blind because I can't figure out for myself that Bionicle is not Bionicle. It's actually Hero Factory with the Bionicle name on it. And you're just buying it because it's nostalgic. You're just buying it because you want Bionicle to come back so badly that you'll buy the worst set ever just because it has the Bionicle name. First off, once again, I have bought in Hero Factory sets with the CCBS build. Crappy Hero Factory, well, not crappy Hero Factory sets, but basic Hero Factory sets. So I think I'm fine with Bionicle having a little bit of CCBS. And two, if I am buying it for my nostalgia and because I absolutely love the original Bionicle lore so much that I'm buying these, like I'm just wearing nostalgic glasses, who cares? Who cares? Why does that matter? Let me ask you guys something. People who are going to see the new Star Wars movie, are you going to watch that because it's a new movie? Or are you going to watch that because it's a Star Wars movie? Based on the original Star Wars movies that came out previously. Yes, a lot of people will buy these because they're nostalgic. Have you noticed that so many people have bought so many stuff because it's nostalgic? Like Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters, Star Wars again, Marvel. Like they'll buy like the old Iron Man figures or comics that are based around like the old Iron Man or something like that. Let's see what else. Transformers. Like so many people will buy something because it is nostalgic, because nostalgia, here's a heads up, is very popular right now. It's extremely popular right now. Like, who doesn't enjoy nostalgia? So that's the point where I go, if I'm buying these because they're nostalgia, how the hell is that a problem? And I do get it that, like, some people are going to argue, like, these are the best sets because they're nostalgia, and that's it. Like, that I understand. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who tell me that I have to know that I'm just buying these because they're nostalgia, and I'm too stupid and blind to not figure that out for myself. And guess what? I love these sets. I think they're fantastic. If you disagree with me on that, that's fine. That is your opinion. I'm not disagreeing with your opinion. That's not what I'm doing. All right? So don't take this video as in like I'm bashing you. I feel tormented by you liking or hating these sets because you disagree with me on it. No, the point of this rant that I'm going through right now is the fact that it's my business on what I buy, not yours. All right? Good God. And I'm not stupid for buying these. All right? I'm seeing so many comments of like, oh, you're stupid and you're blind because you bought these and they're nostalgic. And good God, God forbid, like, anyone hates these sets. Like, I believe Colin's, like, not exactly 100% with the Bionicle Gen 2. I know that Larnu's not 100% with Bionicle Gen 2. I'm sorry for spreading those names around, but if they're not fond of Generation 2 as much as I am, or as much as anyone else, that's their opinion. That is their opinion. Not mine, but it's their opinion. And I could comment on that opinion, and I could pretty much say exactly how I feel about it. However, I'm not going to go around saying, you have to like these. You have to hate these. I was in an argument recently, or actually a couple of months ago, where it seemed like I was trying to do that. Where I was trying to say Bionicle Gen 2 was great. But the point that I was trying to argue was the point that that person, who's going to be nameless because I don't want to spread his name around because it's obvious that he loves the hate. He's a troll. But, like, the point where I have to argue or feel the need to argue, which I really shouldn't, and I don't do this as much anymore, is when people call me stupid or ignorant or blind because I bought a Bionicle G2 figure. They're toys. They are toys. That's it. They are Lego toys. Lego G1 was Lego toy. Bionicle G1 was Lego toys. Bionicle G2 was Lego toys. It's all Lego toys. Of course, they don't use all the same parts, and that's pretty much what's going to be like the main deciding factor for some people. If you don't like CCBS, that's fine. I don't really care. You know, there's some people who aren't going to like it. Guess what? When when CCBS came out, I wasn't exactly fond of it myself. I grew to like it, but I wasn't exactly fond of it myself. So I totally get where people are coming from with that. I'm not saying I don't understand that. My point is that I grew to like it. I'm actually fond of it. In fact, some people who know when I go out, and there's actually a store with bulk Lego, and they have Bionicle parts in there. Anytime I see a CCBS part, I grab it. Because there's a lot of good parts on that. You'll see some of my mocks have CCBS. I think the only mocks that don't have CCBS is Acto, and I think ProGeek, maybe Akana, but I know my main mock has a CCBS part. I think that Clicks does have a CCBS part. I know Trekka's got a CCBS part. Oh yeah, Clicks does have a CCBS part. And the new mock that I'm not going to show off right now has CCBS parts. So I like CCBS. Or I should say, I'm okay with CCBS. In fact, I definitely like how it's integrated into my mocks. If you guys don't like that, and if you guys prefer the original design, that's fine. I want you guys to look around, look through mock pages or Brickshelf or something like that. Just look through all the mocks and look at how different one mock is to the other. Like artists with mockers, they do something differently with their mocks. They have their own version of building a mock with different parts. So yes, CCBS is going to be a personal preference thing. And it seems like I'm arguing to people that you guys should like this, or you guys should like this. No, I may have raised my voice a couple of times on some stuff that might sound like that. I do apologize for that. You guys like what you will. That's up to you. My point is, whatever you're going to say about my opinion is not going to change my opinion. I still like Bionicle G2. And if you hate me for that, then go away. If you absolutely regard me as a terrible person because I like Bionicle G2, piss off. All right? I'm seeing so many people fight and argue over Bionicle Generation 2. And it's like, wow, we don't even have a community. We don't even have a BioTube community or a Bionicle community in general. It's just people arguing. You know, and we're always going to get that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that anyone who disagrees with you or anyone who agrees with you, it's not worth blowing up. It's not worth hating a person over. However, I will say this. If you hate me over my opinion over Bionicle Generation 2, then you've lost my interest. If you think I'm stupid and ignorant and just a terrible person in general, like one who can't socialize because of my opinion over Bionicle Generation 2, then piss off. Because obviously, if you have no respect for my opinion, I have no respect for your opinion. Good God. Like, some people out there, just have some respect, okay? If someone disagrees with you on something, it's not that big of a deal. It's the internet. People are going to have different opinions than you. It's happened for so many years now. I know this video is long. I know this rant is long, but I felt the need to finally say it because, oh my God, some people. Oh. So yeah, if you want to disagree with me on whatever, then that's fine. You guys can go ahead, disagree with me on whatever. That's cool. That is your opinion, and at least you're showing your opinion. I'm fine with that. I am so cool with that. The part that I'm not cool with is anyone who says I'm stupid or ignorant or a blind nostalgic fanboy because I like Bionicle Gen 2. If you feel like someone's overreacted over a new Pohatsu coming out, that's their reaction. For me, it's not worth arguing about because at least someone's enjoying their set. Why would I take that happiness away from them? Other than to be a complete dick. And yes, you guys are going to have arguments over whatever. That's fine. Okay, whatever. You know, I'm not saying don't ever have an argument over Bionicle Generation 2. Don't ever, I'm not saying don't ever, have a debate. What I'm saying is, if someone disagrees with you, that is, to me, that's not a major reason to disrespect that person. Sorry, I felt like changing the mood. Anyways, don't take it too harshly, and if you guys want to say something, don't get mad at me. If you guys want to say something that you didn't like from my opinion, then just go ahead. Because I've said things in the past to where, I kind of go, oh, well, I guess you do have a point. So you guys can disagree with me on any point. Just respect my opinion if you guys can. Or even if you can't respect my opinion, at least give me some decency of respect. Please. Anyway, so that is pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And don't get so pissed off over an opinion. It's the internet. Nobody's going to agree with you on anything. In fact, I'll give a point. I'm seeing I saw a couple of videos to where like some people were like Bionicle Generation 1 is the best thing ever. And then they give off the years of the best lineup ever. And from like 4 videos, they weren't exactly the same years. Like 2001 to 2004 was the best ones, or 2001 to 2003 was the best ones, or 2001 to 2007 was the best ones. So not even G1 fans can really agree with each other. But that's just a side point. I just wanted to say that. But anyways, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. I hope that I haven't really offended anyone. And don't take this too harshly. It's just me ranting and just saying some stuff that you guys might want to think over. And the next time you guys want to bitch about like someone else's opinion, please remember it is someone's opinion. Anyways, once again, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I'll see you guys next time.